called HOMO Pula, that's Association for the Protection of Human Rights and Citizens' Freedom. They organized a protest meeting against the war. They tried to investigate all kind of possible and actual problems concerning minority groups in Croatia. And we are going to talk to Igor about his work, his ideas.
So, HOMO is an association of human rights defenders in Croatia, and we are dealing with problems with human rights in our country. In last period, that's mean last 4-5 years, especially after the military action, what storm was happened in Croatia, then we realized that we have to start to work in this new free liberated area. And from Pula town in Istria, on the Adriatic coast, which is it was not under any kind of military action and treatment, we just moved in an area close to the Bosnian border, which was our future field of work. In the first moment that we entered this area, we were witnesses of many discriminations and violations to the human rights levels, and also we were witnesses of many old people discriminated on many ways about new government, especially people, origin Serbs, ethnic groups, which rested after the military action there. And we were also witnesses of hundreds of destroyed houses around, and industrial factories and many other things. Like I mentioned before, we started to work in this area of Lika immediately after military Operation Storm, which was conducted by the Croatian army and police. And we were, like I said, witnesses of many destroyings and hundreds of violations to the human rights level, on the human rights level, to the origin people which we found there. Important is to say that during this action and immediately after that, it was more than 200,000 people escaped from the area. Displaced, okay, but we can say that they are just running in front of the military or soldiers in front of them, of course. And we were also, like I said, witnesses of many poor and poor man, older man in very bad conditions without any help on the social or health level, or without any property, without money, of course, it's important to say, and they were seeking for the help of even for the food. And in that situation, but there were not so much of them. We estimate on our area it was only about 400 people, elderly people, what was registered, who rest there after the action and during the action, and the many more, younger and the complete families fled, before that. And that was, emergency reaction, and we are just, without any special experience dealing with these things, we were just trying to find to our own experience what is the best to do there. And in the beginning, what was very disappointed moments for us also, we can't find the right way to help the people. It was not so many institutions from where you can get direct help, from international institution to the local level. And also we can say that the local authorities at that time, especially police and other, they were not so helpful in that moment. But after a while, it was many booby traps around minors and many other kinds of violations, what paramilitary and also military members they were doing to the people. But after a while, because of the so much international people present there and the local human rights organization, it was kind of progress happened, we have to say. But it was now past more than 4 years from that military action, but it's still we can't say that it's a normal situation to the returnees and to the people who still wait for returning property and still wait for job and work, you know, and many other things. What is really disappointed, especially because it's all happens in the middle of Europe, and then everybody is now turned to the Kosovo and thinking about their area, but we have to return back in our care and think that Bosnia and Herzegovina is still the state which expect back more than 2 million people, and nobody is doing anything special to that. But otherwise, if you compare, Croatia also has many problems on that level. Still, we have displaced people and more than 300,000 of them. You know.
What do you think that Europe can do?
I think the Europe through the institutions of like Council of Europe and many other things, OSCE monitors, and so we have to do it together to press somehow to the Croatian government to just to respect the law and the law of, on the constitutional law of this country and also the all level laws. And after that, we'll think that the things will get better, of course, just to respect this. And also from Europe and the rest of the world, we expect much more help in the way of rebuild the country. And because Croatia now in government, we don't have so much money, economical power to rebuild it, to rebuild this huge devastations and damages around.
Do you, as human rights activists in Croatia, do you have problems here? How people are reacting to your...
No, we can't say that we have problems, but always we find the people who don't understand actually what is human rights defender, and but there is minority of the people. Many of them knows that through the institution of government you can't do everything, you know, especially when it's not enough willingness to do something, you know. And otherwise, it's also kind of the revenge, you know, who is kind of the victims, who is, you know, who got the victory, and this is, you know, now we are dealing with this 4 years, and there is no progress, and we have to calm down in the way and start to think serious about how to live together and how to solve the problems together, and this is the biggest step. And doing this, to do this, and to expect some progress, that we need a lot of international help, because it is not only now the black spot, I don't know, Kosovo or something else. All area of Balkan is the space where we have to help each other all together. Even in Serbia and Yugoslavia needs a lot of help. Don't think about that somebody is guilty or not enough, because if we don't help also the Serbia to rebuild themselves, we can't expect much progress here also. Or we can be only isolated and somehow. But I think it's not fair and it's not human, because we are human rights defenders. A lot of good contacts with also Amnesty International from Holland section, and we got in the last period great help in media also, and in which they tried to publish our work on somehow, and also indirectly to help and to support our work here in Croatia. If somebody wants really to deal, to be a partner with us on this level of human rights, and also to help in anyhow our country, it will be welcome, of course. And please, if you have an idea, approach to the Homo Association in Pula, and also we have email.
So there I have shots of some of Igor's photos. They're really very painful photos for me, especially because I'm coming from that land and I know those people. So displaced people, burned out villages. And this is paradoxal photo that you see the empty town destroyed, and the poster on the left side says Fanta, taste the fun. This is on the right, it's Igor's wife. She's a very well-known activist. Old people without homes. This is in the middle, in the meadow, it's a booby trap. Destroy houses. People without homes gathering in the meadow, trying to cook. This is a destroyed church, obviously Orthodox church. People on the move. Sad, sad, sad faces. Why did we let this happen?